Hello, this is Sofia LightJewel with the Empower Love Way, and this is your May 2022 light forecast. And I want to welcome you to this energy, this container. And as you know, it's been something that if you have been following my channel, this I've been fine tuning the information that I want to bring forward during every month during the live forecast. And so thank you for your patience. Thank you for continuing to tune in. And please continue sharing your comments, your thoughts, your takeaways from the content that I share with all of you. And so something that I want to bring forward and to really acknowledge is that when you tune in, when you make the choice and the decision to tune into the frequency of love, when you begin to consciously choose love over fear, you not only impact your life and create the internal changes in your life in to bring resonance of love for yourself and your life, you impact your whole world and the whole world. When you go into the grocery store, when you step into a conversation in your relationships, close relationships, or work relationships, whatever they are, as you make that conscious choice of I'm choosing love and this is the way I'm creating my life, it has a ripple effect in the world. And today, more than ever, we need and the world needs to be in the resonance of love, because the resonance of love creates cohesiveness, creates balance and harmony. And so the month of May, it's all about coherence. It's about how do we bring heaven into earth, and not as a way of a thought and an idea, a distance idea, but how do we really become a conduit of that heaven on earth? And the heaven on earth is really living from that place of love and living in a place of balance and fulfillment of who you have come here to be. And so, who you are becoming, it's a place of, in a way, neutrality, to being in that place where you can recognize and see the polarity, and yet through that lens of neutrality you can recognize the gift of both, and that we live in a place of polarity. This reality is about polarity. It's about the sun and the night, the light and the dark, because they complement each other, creating the wholeness. You need experiences where you're going to experience sadness in order to reach a level of joy and happiness, and know both experiences, because remember, you are a light being, and this is not something that is just, an esoteric idea. You actually are light. You are light. And as light, you bring forward the creation of more light into the world and into mass, into particles. And so you are light. And what are you choosing in your life today that it's creating your life experience? And so there's a few themes here that I want to talk about. And one is change. We have experienced a vast amount of change in the world, and with that change, you have been experiencing a vast amount of transformation and challenge. And so I want you to take a moment to really, you can pause the video and really bring down and tune into your heart and just notice those times in your life where you have experienced a vast amount of challenge, and that they actually were the birthing point of a vast amount of transformation and growth. And so I want you to acknowledge the harvest, the golden nuggets of those times of challenge in your life, and the wisdom that you have acquired. What was on the other side of that challenge that really perhaps you can, in the distance and in time, because that's the gift that we have here on planet Earth, through that time and distance, you gain perspective. And through that perspective, now you can acquire the wisdom of that time. And so, what have you learned about yourself through those moments of challenge, and what new wisdom have you acquired and arrived to from those moments of challenge and transformation? And so with that, I want to share something that that is in relationship. Actually, my dad's birthday is coming up in May, and he just sent me an email today that it feels very much in alignment with the energy of this month. And when I was in high school, towards the end of high school, my dad got diagnosed with leukemia, and he was actually given a year of life. And he went through this massive journey of transformation and healing. And he was sharing those photographs when he went to the jungle in Peru and had a whole ceremony and took some medicine plants. And, he's still alive. It's to this date, and he's still alive. And so what I bring forward is those moments where we are faced with this massive challenge in our life. What do we choose? He continued to choose life, and he's still here, right? And so tuning in to your relationship with change. And so tuning in into your body and really feeling and tuning in how your body responds to change and to transformation. Do you feel that your body expands and it's elevating and you feel butterflies in your stomach, or it actually feels heavy and constricting and you feel like your body tightens up? So tuning into that as well, and just simply notice, what is your body responding? What is the natural response of your body when you are tuning in into change? Because life is a constant energy of change and transformation. And so, how do you adapt with change? And what is your relationship with change? And this ties in really beautifully with this time of this month of eclipse season, with is shining the light to change, to that uh, dance of life of what you're bringing into the desire and the thought and the vision, and how do you really ground it and birth it into your world, into your life. And so what are you choosing in every single moment? So are you desiring to bring harmony into your relationships, and yet are you choosing to stay in past hurts? So you staying, the block that is preventing you to arrive to the place of harmony is releasing resentment, perhaps. And so really looking at yourself on all the places where the the way where you're showing up in your choice and in your life, it has been eclipsed. You're not really looking at that. So yes, let's continue this example. I'm saying that I want to have a harmonious relationship with my family, and yet I'm still holding on to past resentment. And so what is needed within you to arrive to a place of harmony within yourself, with your story and with your emotions and with your perception of what happened and yourself and who you are, and taking the step into that harmony and creating that harmony through yourself, empowering in love and leading in love. And so what is needed, what actual attitude and behavior and choice is needed in order to support the birthing of the world you want to see and the life you want to live and experience. So what choices are you making today? Are they in support of the life you want to experience? and the world you want to see? And if it's not, what needs to shift? In which way you need to align to the energy that will actually support the birthing of the world you want to see and the life you want to see. And so this month is about not only just really downloading that energy and that clarity and understanding and awareness through a lot of self compassion, but it's also taking a step further, grounding it into the earth, into your own behaviors, into your own attitude, into the choice of the commitment and showing up in that way that will create that actual change and transformation. So, this is why where you are at choice, what are you choosing today in your life? And the other piece of how are you in relationship to change and transformation? Because ultimately, look at your body. Your body has gone through a vast amount of transformation. In fact, your body is not the same body as you when you were born, right? And so, what is your relationship with change and transformation? And this is what is happening on the Earth, planet Earth, right now. And this is a really beautiful sideway as well to speak about the transformation and the change that the body of the Earth is going through, because the Earth is alive and it's going through its own change and transformation. Just as your body is not the same as you when you're a baby till today, the body of the earth is still also in evolution and growing. And how you adapt to change, what happens with you and change? Does your body contract? And what is it in that contraction? What are you resisting? What stories are you telling yourself? And how can you open yourself and move through that transformation and change with this? What is happening today in the month of May, we're entering the eclipse season, that at the beginning and during the new moon, the eclipse is happening in the southern hemisphere, and then the full moon around May 16th is happening in the North America, in the northern hemisphere, all in the Americas area. So right now, people in southern Argentina will be able to see the new moon and the eclipse, and then around May we'll be able to see it if you're in Vancouver area or so on, somewhere in that area in North America, you'll be able to see it. So in this way, there's a recalibration of the polarities happening, not only in the body of the earth, but also in the body, your own body. Every 7 years, your entire body is new. Every single cell of your body is new. So we're entering a new era of your life, and it's asking you and it's calling you to the greatest expression of who you are, to your life path, your purpose. What have you come here to express, to create, to anchor, not only in the world, in your life, in your family, in your culture, in the world as a whole? And what are you choosing? Whatever you're choosing today, is it in support of your life path? Is it in support of the world and the life you want to experience? Or is not? It's actually creating restriction and friction into the birthing of that reality and that experience in your life. And so, to kind of summarize, one is, how do you feel change in your body, and how is your relationship with change? Then at the level of choice, what are you choosing? And are your choices in alignment with the creation of the life that you want, with your life path, um, in about perhaps values and needs? So really looking at what values are prioritizing is still, because when we change, our values and priorities change with us. And so, are you still stuck in certain values and priorities that perhaps now are not in alignment with where you are in your life? And then looking at yourself, in this process of looking at yourself with a lot of love and compassion, and aligning the your talk with the walk. This is how you birth heaven on earth. Are you aligning with what is way you're talking to yourself? What is the way you're thinking? What is the way you're nourishing your body? What are attitudes are you taking that are in alignment with the life that you want to create in your birth here on earth or not? Your behaviors, your attitudes, your thoughts, and so on, are they in alignment? And if not, how can you bring the alignment into your life, into your way of being, into your way of perception and interpreting your life and the world at large? And finally, the eclipses in the world are not only lighting up those aspects within us, but it's also bringing the harmony and the recalibration in the world, and the world as a living body. So, how are you adapting with change? How are you feeling in relationship with change? And just simply noticing what stories are you telling yourself about yourself and change, and about the world and change. Is it a dreadful story? Is it a story where you're not seeing any good happening? Or is it a story that is like, okay, let's adapt, let's grow, let's evolve what is needed within myself to commit and to make new choices in order to open up to new solutions, new ways of beings that are actually opening myself into my heart, to my life path, and seeing and projecting that into the world, into your life forward for future generations. And you do that by looking at behind and seeing how in the past, how what was the role of those challenges, moments of challenge and change that actually activated a deep wisdom within you and in your life. And just noticing how those moments activated growth within you. In the moment, perhaps because you were so close, you couldn't see it. And but now, through the distance and time, you can see it from that different observer and perspective. And with a sense of neutrality, because you're not triggered anymore, because you're not in the moment anymore. And when you can do that and harvest the wisdom of that moment and that time, now you can stand in your life today from with all that wisdom, and what is needed for you. How can you yield this wisdom and look at yourself and make the choices that will be projecting that which is in alignment and in support of the life that you want to experience and the world you want to create. So I'm going to leave you with a light language transmission that is truly beautiful, and have a beautiful month. So for the month of June, that I will be celebrating my birthday, and stay tuned to my newsletter that I'll be doing some offerings for the month of my birthday, and also I will be the Earth Light Language course will be starting as well. I also want to say that the early bird registration for the September Awaken to the Language of Your Soul that begins on September of this year online and is a 9 weeks training. The early bird is ending on April 30th. So if you want to take advantage of the early bird, I invite you to do that. And then lastly, I stay tuned for a new Light Up podcast, and that is on Inside Timer. And as always, I appreciate you being here with me and sharing. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. That really helps my channel grow, and so other people can also access this information. That there's so much information. And I also encourage you to like this video if you like the information, it supports you. Please share your comments with me so I get to hear you and see how is it supporting you or not. And as always, I send you lots and lots of love, and I see you next month. Bye bye.